Hi, David. Yes, today being election day is normally a politics-free zone, but not in the world of blogging. All afternoon, those political animals have been at it like, well, bloggers. And I'm going to bring you some of their Twitter, their chatter, their marginals, their finds, all the little eccentricities of the blogging world in just a second. But first, let me introduce them. In the blue corner, Ian Dale is the publisher of the monthly magazine Total Politics, and he is one of Britain's best-known political bloggers. Describing herself as a liberal civilian with a social conscience, Alex Mortimer's blog slogan is tea, idleness, liberalism and wine, a welcome addition to the online Lib Dem community. Luke Akehurst has been a Labour councillor in Hackney, East London, since 2002 and says his ambition is to be Chief Whip in an 8th-term Labour government. Luke, before we get to that 8th-term Labour government, just tell us about your experiences today. You had a mayoral candidate inside your very home.
Yeah, I had Ken Livingstone round at my house with Diane Abbott and our local London Assembly member.
What was he doing there, Luke? You have to tell us.
Well, what he was doing in practice was going for a quick toilet break before he went out to go door to door in all the shops and cafes along Stoke Newington High Street.
I hope you have one of those little blue plaques on your roof now.
Maybe.
And your activism is very much getting the mayoral.
Yeah, I've had a busy day running a campaign headquarters for Hackney North, which is a kind of core Labour area, and we think we did pretty well in getting our vote out there in an area that historically would be a rather low turnout area.
OK, Luke, thanks very much. I'm going to rudely miss out Alex for a second. Ian, I want your 3 best facts of the night.
Well, the most interesting one so far is from the Conservative Home blog, who've called the London mayoral election for Boris Johnson. Now, they've really got their finger on the pulse of the Conservative Party. They've had Conservative activists contact them all day. And there's a particularly high turnout in the sort of the outer boroughs around London, which are all Tory areas, which didn't turn out for Steve Norris in 2004. Phil Hendren on the Dizzy Thinks blog, he reckons there's a 70% turnout in London, which is unheard of in these sort of elections.
So what kind of things are we hearing about? Seats, councils, anything there?
Well,
less sexy perhaps, but still relevant to their big night.
My first result tonight was from Swansea, with the Conservative gain. There's another one in Chorley in the north. Obviously the Conservatives want to do well in the north tonight, so any gains in the north of England, they're going to pour over. But the national vote share is what everybody's looking at. Labour are saying that the Conservatives need to get 47%, which of course is a joke, they're just spinning that. We're looking at, I think, 41, 42%.
OK, Alex, some interesting stuff's come to light on Boris.
Yes, I've been wondering about this. I wrote about this morning on my blog. Apparently there's a story in the Times this morning. Boris is apparently going to stay on as MP for Henley if he becomes Mayor of London. Now, Ian, my top source here, has just told me that's rubbish. So I'm kind of interested in where that story's come from and what he thinks he's doing, if there's any truth in it. Because if you're Mayor of London...
It's a bit odd if you're sitting around.
It's a little bit odd, yeah.
All right, thanks very much. I should tell you, behind their cool exteriors, there are beating hearts of passion, and they are promising they are going to get the results before you do, David. Let me just bring you our web pages here. This is Ian Dale's diary. Luke's blog we can go to as well. I'm going to pull us back to this one. A rather attractive picture of me, I think you'll all agree. And we'd very much like you to get in touch with us, bbc.co.uk/election, to give us your thoughts, your Twitter, my new word. And things are hotting up in blogland indeed. And the interesting thing is we have promised to bring you the results before you bring us the results. So let's just see how our bloggers are doing. Ian, you're suggesting you are feeling Tory revival, but southernwards, really.
No, it's not at all. There are lots of Tory gains in all parts of the country. They've gained 6 seats in Sunderland, which a few years ago would just be unthinkable. But what all the parties will be doing tonight is looking at the marginal seats for key indications of what's going to happen in the general election. And you've got seats like Exeter, Ben Bradshaw's seat, where Labour are now in 3rd place, Tory gains there. In Norwich, Charles Clarke and Ian Gibson, the Conservatives have now got 5 seats on Norwich City Council. It may not sound a lot, but they haven't had 5 seats for 40 years.
The Lord Ashcroft strategy, right? I mean, it shows you pump the money in and it seems to work.
In Norwich, it certainly isn't the case, because he hasn't given any money to the Norwich seats, and I'm not sure there's any gone into Exeter. But all around the country now, you're finding Conservative gains in marginal seats, particularly in the West Midlands and East Midlands. Birmingham, I think at least 3 seats have gone Conservative tonight. Nuneaton they've taken, and they haven't held Nuneaton since 1973. So I think there's real cause for celebration in the Tory camp tonight.
Alex, tell us what the tone is with the Lib Dems. You were looking a little bit fretful about Liverpool.
Yeah, I think we always knew Liverpool was going to be difficult. At the moment, we've lost, I think, 3 or 4 seats there. But on the plus side, I mean, we've gained in Knowsley,
I mean, a
which is a
badly run
neighbouring
council. It always comes across as a badly run council.
Worked out as badly as we thought, because we're making gains in neighbouring Knowsley, which has been Labour since forever. Our main success story is in the south. I mean, there's supposedly this great thing about Tory resurgence in the south, but we're predicted to hold St Albans, to take St Albans rather. We've held Winchester, looking to take Cheltenham.
Just in terms of the actual tone, how are the Lib Dems? I mean, the Lib Dems are a phlegmatic lot anyway, but how is your...
I can tell you 2 things about the Lib Dems' tone. On the one hand, we're perfectly happy. We had a fantastic year in 2004. Exactly, we're always happy. We had such a fantastic year in 2004. We really weren't looking to make many gains this time, and I'm very pleased that we're just not losing very much. It's great. The second thing I can tell you is the Lib Dems are rather upset, as actually most of the political blogosphere is about Jeremy Vine. Apparently...
oh no, it's not the accents. I think we might be getting complaints about the accents.
Yeah.
1 second.
I don't think it's the accent. I think it's just more the overall, well, everything he's doing, really. Let me see.